It's the simple things. It's the simple things, isn't it? I don't think I've seen a more beautiful day. You know, when people find out that you're living in a van, they think you're homeless. I think what's great about today is here's what it looks like, and it's like really quite beautiful. Granted, there's nobody here anyway, so. And well, hello there, everybody. I hope you're having a good day so far. I know I am, because I am going to be leaving suburbia and I'm going to be heading up north. And I wish people would just use the crosswalk properly, but that's okay, right? People won't necessarily do the right thing. So I'm heading up north, up into the countryside, and who knows where I'm going to be in a few hours. I really don't know at this point. I just thought I'm going to jump into my van and just drive, and that's what I do really well. that's what I do really well. I just jump in my van and drive, and certainly, you know, one can do that. I could perceivably drive and not come back for a couple of weeks and I'd be perfectly fine. I have enough food for at least 10 days, about 10 days. And that's if I eat carefully, like I'm not like stuffing myself or anything like that. I have enough water. I have about 20 liters of water just about at all times. And if I need some more, I guess I could get some more, but I think 20 liters should be good, right? If you're drinking about 2 liters a day, which is a lot of water, okay? You should drink about 1 liter of water, I understand, a day. So I could last for about 10 days on 20 liters at least. And then some of my washing and stuff like that. I have a jacket, I have a sweater, I've got shorts, I've got pants, I've got I've got my clothes. So I'm self-contained. And I'm self-contained. I've got electricity, I've got flashlights, I've got a first aid kit, I've got a way to cook. I could perceivably live in my van, my minivan camper van, my cabin on wheels, my cottage on wheels, my escape pod for about 10 days without ever touching the floor. You know, so yeah, I could perceivably stay for 10 days, about 10 days in my van, totally cooped up. I don't know what it would do to me mentally. Okay, I have no clue. Well, you know what? I think I'd be fine. I think I'd be perfectly fine. I'm quite happy being on my own for several days at a time. And again, this is my fortress of solitude, right? And everybody needs some kind of fortress of solitude or a safe space. And the question came up one time. The question came up that, you know, why did you start van life? Of course, other questions that spring from that is, in my mind, is what is van life to you? What is van life to that person? Everyone has a different idea of what van life is. And I don't think there's a singular definition. There is like the expression van dweller, okay? Van dweller. Typically when I hear van dweller, it's somebody who lives in their van full-time, 24/7, and they don't have a house, but they have a home. And that's another expression. You know, when people find out that you're living in a van, they think you're homeless. Actually, you know, you're houseless. There's a difference. You have a home, you don't have a house. Like this here is my home away from home. When I travel for days, weeks, and I'm pretty sure by next year, months at a time, this is going to be my home. And certainly, you know, of course, sticks and bricks will always be comfortable because they're made to be that way, right? But I think I can be comfortable just about anywhere. Okay, I can be comfortable just about anywhere, and really it depends on what you're used to, your level of comfort, your threshold of comfort, or in this case your uncomfortability, if that's even a term. But yeah, going back to that thing about 10 days, yeah, I could definitely be self-contained here in 10 days. Can you be self-contained in 10 days in where you are right now? I know some people have been cooped up in their house or home or cabin for that long. But see, the main advantage I have is, yeah, I could be cooped up for 10 days in my van, but guess what? I'll have a different view every day. I could drive everywhere and anywhere, okay? And you know what else? I just thought of something. If I wanted different types of foods, there's always a drive-through somewhere. There's drive-through Tim Hortons, drive-through Starbucks, drive-through McDonald's, usually fast food, right? But I bet you I could basically call up a restaurant and say, hey, listen, I'm in my van. I'll just park in front of your restaurant, and can you, if I order the food, can you just drop it off to my van, because I can't get out of my van because I'm doing this 10 days in a van kind of thing. Oh my goodness, maybe I should try that, 10 days in a van. That'd be hilarious. Why I don't even touch the floor. We'll see. Well, it's an idea. Maybe someone will do it. I'm not sure, but it's an idea, right? And you know what else? You know what idea I have? I have to find that clicker so I don't have to do this. One other thing, and maybe more other things as I continue this video. Somebody was saying to me, oh, you go driving up north, you go driving in the countryside, and that's a lot of money on gasoline. And yeah, it might, with the cost of gas these days, I get it. It is expensive, but it definitely would be much more expensive if I had a cargo van, a larger vehicle like a pickup truck. I'm in a minivan, so the gas, the mileage is pretty good. I think it's acceptable. Okay, it's within my budget, right? So I certainly do that, and I get a lot of enjoyment from it, right? I get a lot of enjoyment driving around, exploring different areas. I mean, it's nonstop. I always find a different place when I go driving up north, when I drive out in the country, and the side roads especially, right? And I know in Crown Land area, around the Peterborough area, the Kawarthas, all those areas, there's always something there that's super, super interesting. And I wish I had more time to go up north more, but you know, I've got, you know, I work full time, so I'll go over the weekends, or maybe if I have a day off, right, I'll do that. But I've got other things too. I've got upkeep of other parts of my life that I need to maintain. But you know, but this here is what does it for me. And so yes, it does cost money. And one thing that was what they thought of, oh, that's expensive. That's almost as if to say that it was wasteful that I'm driving around. Well, no, it isn't wasteful. I think if it's helping me out mentally, if it's helping me out emotionally, I don't think it's wasteful at all. I think it's healthy. You know, in much the same way they spend thousands of dollars a year on their little endeavors. You know, in their case, it's I think they play some tennis or something, or golf. Sorry, they play golf. You know, that's expensive to me. You know, playing a round of golf each time, plus the drive out there. I still think my little endeavor is far more affordable. Okay, but everyone's different, right? And so again, it's odd when I see people kind of criticize other people's life choices. For example, I know there are individuals who look at me choosing this van life thing, building out a van, is really odd. And I think odd is a relative thing to me. What's odd to me is that they're criticizing something they know very little about or have any interest as being not a good thing. I can't see the downside in doing this. I only see upsides. For example, I'm looking at some really beautiful areas as I'm going up north, further up north. So I mean, it's a huge deal for me that I'm doing this. I love it. It's completely beautiful. Let's see if I can switch the camera around. See, I mean, like, look at that. It's beautiful out there, right? Just beautiful. Then you have me now. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to drive up a little more. I just remembered one of the things that I'm trying to do is trying to find a special spot that I was at last year around this time, and it was a really, really nice spot. And so far, this road that I'm on is the only one that I've yet to try, I think. And then So I'm going to go up this road and see where I end up. I'm going to explore a bit. The other thing is, if I can, I'm going to see if I can find the oh man, hey, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. It just sort of got cut off. And I think part of it is because apparently the phone was heating up. I'm not sure what happened there. And I haven't looked back as to what I was talking about before. Anyway, I'm out here. I'm out in the country. And I'm just driving out. And I'm hoping I'll find that place, that special place. Well, I was just talking about just the whole van life thing, if I recall. I'm basing everything on my memory that from the last thing I talked about. Like, I can't remember what I talked about. But yeah, I'm out here now and it's really nice. And I like this. It's, you know, usually I'll find a nice spot, I'll pull over because it is a side road. It's not busy at all, right? There's always a spot to pull over, like just a big spot, and it's meant to be there, right? Now, if I understand how things work, one is not supposed to park there overnight or anything like that, right? I don't make it a point to, like, you know, be pulled over all the time. Oh, hold on, what's this here? 1 second. Yeah, something happening there. What is that? Looks like a Space Invader. And I will just go here. Wow, that was really odd. Wow, see that? That was interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So far, so beautiful. So far, very beautiful out here. Look at that. It's nice. There we go. Let's see where it all goes. Well, that's a nice one too. You know, I think of Windows XP when I see that. Windows XP? Yeah. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Looks familiar. Hey guys, I'm back again, and definitely much more foresty in this area that I'm at right now, and it's actually quite beautiful. And I've only been driving for about another 5-10 minutes since the last clip. And it's completely changed. So let's see where I'm going to be in the next 10 minutes, and I'll be right back. Well, I ended up here. Roads are a bit rough, and not a big fan of it just because it's a little loud, especially if I go fast, and when I hit a pothole, it's just like really, it just shakes everything up. So I'm sort of driving in the middle of the road. Granted, there's nobody here anyway, so it should be okay. It's fairly safe. Look at this. Oh, that's yikes. You can feel all the bolts getting loosened. It's like this thing is like really rough here. See my van? This van isn't made for overlanding. It's a minivan, right? And I don't have the proper tires, and I don't think I could put it. I don't think I could put tires, anything more than 17-inch tires on this thing. And I am looking for some better tires, because tires are a huge thing. It's what's going to keep you moving, right? You know, just in case you get a flat, right? But in this case here, I would also need probably a suspension. And I really don't know how much money I could sink into this van. I mean, it's working well. Everything about it is working well. I'm just not sure I could. I don't know how long it'll last at this point. Although, you know, buying a new van probably is not even going to be an option for me right now. Oh wow, car decided to pass by. It's not going to be an option for me because everything's just so expensive. I'm going to fix the van I have versus buying a new one. And I think what I'm going to do is, oh wow, it's like a eggs and veggies, potato and beef. What is this? It's a farmer's market here. Well, I'm going to turn around just because I'm not going to continue. I'm going to find some smoother roads. And there we go. There we go. It's a potato market. Look at that. Reed's Potatoes. Food Lane, Ontario. That's interesting. Well, that was good. Okay, I'm going to go back to where I came from over there at the beginning. And I'm going to make a right and start heading that way. Thanks. Whoa! Okay, the road's getting a bit better. It's still really bumpy. And this is where I'm thinking in the back of my mind, the electrical work that I did, and I made sure that the connections, especially if I was connecting it to a fuse box, that it had the proper washer so that it would maintain itself, because all this shaking around over time will loosen that stuff, and it's going to become an issue. So this is where you really want to do that extra bit where make sure it's not tight but not too tight. You don't want to over torque it, right? Because it's just going to ruin that. It's going to ruin it, right? But by adding a washer, something as simple as a washer, it actually makes sure that your connections are legit strong and that they're going to stay there. Okay, I'm about to make a turn here, and we're going to go into some smoother roads, much smoother roads. Wow, that thing was just so bumpy. You know, I think it loosened the earwax, and yeah, I loosened a lot of earwax there. That's for sure. Oh, that house is for sale. Wow. That'd be nice. So I found myself a side road, and there, you could probably see it from my window. There are these trees, like just sort of like really huddled closely together, and it's beautiful. And the way this area looks right now, it reminds me of Algonquin Park. For example, I'm going to show you. Here's what it looks like, and it's like really quite beautiful. And I don't remember ever being around this area, so it really underscores the concept, the idea that, you know, check out your area. There might be something that's really quite beautiful close by to where you are. And in my case, I'm driving around the countryside and just finding these little areas that are beautiful. Now, what would be great is if I could sort of just stop over somewhere, and a safe area, obviously, and that would be the best thing, but I'm currently not finding anything, so I'll see if I find something. Okay guys, I found a place. It's called Upper Credit Conservation Area, Credit Valley Trail, so this should be pretty good. And I found a spot, and it's even got a picnic table. So I found myself a trail. And I really didn't think I was going to find myself a trail. And this looks like a really good place to go running. And it's part of the Credit Valley Trail. So I've never been here before. and I already like it, and I think it'll be a great place to go trail running when I'm back at my running regimen all over again. But today is a beautiful day to come here. Beautiful trail as well. Well guys, it could possibly be short-lived in terms of my video because I have about 25% battery left, and when I use the camera, when I use the video, it just eats it all up and I run out of power. Oh, it looks like there's a trail here. See that? Go in here a bit. Take a look. Yeah, something happened over there. It is just beautiful out here. This is beautiful breeze, cooling breeze, not too hot, not too cold. It's just right. And I'm just heading back to the van. There's like some other, I only went about 10-15 minutes in and I'm running out of battery, so I'm saving that for later. I'm heading back to the van just to get some power back into this thing, because it's going to cut out very soon. I can tell it's got that little 7% sign, so I don't think I'll make it back with a full video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut down right now and just head back, and I'll meet you guys back at the van. This was a really good find. I've never been here before, so I was just driving around and I just happened to come across this little conservation area, and again I never knew anything about it. And again, this is what I mean about exploring your area. You never know what you're going to find, and this is a good find, and I'm glad I found it. Such a beautiful day. And I'm just going to be relaxing here, writing my little short stories, and see where that goes. Oh, there's a bird. What was that? That guy's singing away. See if I can get a shot of it. There they are. Oh, well, there they go. So much for that. I think what's great about today is there's this breeze that's going through. It's sunny. The skies they're fairly clear. They've got some clouds, so there's probably going to be some rain coming up. But it's just so nice to just chill right out here. And while I'm at it, here's something for you. So one of the things I do is when I'm going to be inside the van, I don't completely keep this completely open. So what I'd like it to do is I actually want it just open just enough like that, okay, so that there's a breeze going through. So what I've done is I've actually done this kind of thing where I'll place this hook, okay, like this bungee cord, and I'm going to attach it to that thing, and you'll see what it does. 1 second, okay? And you'll notice that there's a little hole there, and I'm going to show you how it works. This requires 2 hands, so 1 second, okay? So I've got this hook, and I've changed the bungee cord because the other one's too short. And this hooks up to here, and then you'll see the outcome of it. It's actually pretty simple. So there, you could see it. So I've got it there, and then I've got it over here. So then I've got some airflow going through into my van, and it's got, you know, enough sort of semi-privacy. All right, looks pretty good. I think it works well. So I opened up the back of the van there just partially, and I've got my fan going, and the breeze is going right through my van, and it's nice and cool, even though I am out in the sun, in the middle of the sun here. So it's just a really beautiful day. Just a really beautiful day today. So I'm back at the van, and I think I've gotten a slight sunburn in the back of my neck because I wasn't wearing any sunscreen, and it's really sunny out there, and it's really beautiful. And I don't think I've seen a more beautiful day in the past several months than today. There's a nice breeze, the sun's out, it's clear, and I'm just loving it. So a few things I'm going to do. I'm probably going to just make myself a cup of coffee, just relax a bit, and write some stuff in my book. I guess one thing that I should do is take note of the places I've been going to, because I've been relying solely on my memory so far, and so like knowing the area, but then finding a little area like this one, it's a tiny trailhead, right? And I know I'm not gonna remember because I wasn't paying too much attention as to where I was driving. I was literally just driving and trying to figure out what I'm gonna find, and then I find this. So it's a lot of fun, and I feel like even though I didn't find that special place, I found another special place, and that would be this place. And I'm definitely going to notate it in my little book here, this one here, and I'll just have anytime I want to go somewhere, I will make a note of it in my book, and then I'll just check that book, right? Wow, that sounded more complicated than it was supposed to be. It's working! Well guys, it appears it's working. I found the clicker for this, well, for my phone, so that I can stop the recording like this and then start it up like this. So no, I'm not constantly reaching over like this, you know what I mean? Like this, reaching over like, I could just click this little clicker, and then it looks like this thing, okay? And it turns off. So I've been looking for this thing for a while, and I finally found it. Now, I'm not sure if I posted videos of me talking about this clicker. I think I did. And I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to post. And the thing is, when I post my videos, they're in no particular order. Wow, this clicker is so handy. I typically just post the videos based on when I can post them or when I can edit them. Or if it's a random video, you can be sure it's probably within a couple of days, usually. Otherwise, I just schedule it. Wow. This clicker is just so handy. I'm so glad I found it. Okay, very cool. It's like clicking away, little by little, day by day. I don't know if you guys have heard of that song. Name that tune, right? It's the simple things. It's the simple things, isn't it? It's the simple things in life. Anyway, guys, remember, you're awesome. You could do stuff. Plan it out. And like, for example, for me, I found my clicker. I thought, you know what? I'm parked here anyway. I'm going to look for that clicker. And wouldn't you know it, it's in one of the drawers, one of my storage drawers in my van. Makes sense, right? So for now, what I'm going to attempt to do is place it in a spot where I can always find it.